Okay, guys, today we are looking at something that is absolutely epic. We are taking a look at some of the new Hail Caesar Epic Battle sprues from Warlord Games. These miniatures focus on the battles between Carthage and Rome during the Second Punic War, and they look absolutely fantastic. Let me know below if you'll be grabbing some of these and what sprue you would like to see painted first. Hello and welcome to Painting Punics. Yes, you haven't heard that incorrectly. We are not painting Panzers today, we are painting Punics. And that is because the fantastic team at Warlord Games sent me some of their new Epic Battles sprues focusing on the Second Punic War between Rome and Carthage. Now they have lots of new stuff coming out as well as terrain and markers, but we're going to take a look at some of the sprues that you are going to see in some of the sets. So with the Roman sprue, which is what we're going to be looking at now, you're going to get mounted commanders, Roman principes, Roman hastati, Roman triarii, velites, which are skirmishers, heavy cavalry and light cavalry. Now I do apologise with my very thick accent that you may be thinking he's pronouncing those incorrectly, which I probably am, so please do bear that in mind that I'm terrible at pronunciations. But this is what you get in the sprue. So the sprue is full of infantry, but this Roman sprue specifically is full of infantry that is only half present, as you can see, and that is something that I think is a really neat idea for somebody that wants to paint miniatures at this scale with this epicness that Warlord are going for. So you're going to be cramming these miniatures together to represent obviously the legions that were fighting at this time, which would have been chockers full of men. Now these have all been sculpted to be carrying their pilum. We're looking at the javelin or the skirmishers at the moment, but when we do get onto the some of the legionnaires, you can see that we've got them with their pilum ready to throw before obviously they would get their sword out, but they are just sculpted really nicely. We've got a Roman commander here who just looks absolutely fantastic, as well as some of the light and heavy cavalry that you will also receive on the same sprue. Then we've got some more Romans here. The detail is just really great, even the facial detail is great. And then we've got some triarii with lots of detail on the shield too. So you're going to really enjoy painting these with all of the detail that's going to be able to pop with them. So let's take a look at the Carthaginian sprue. So what are you going to get on there? You're going to get commanders, you're going to get Gallic commanders as well as Gallic standard bearers, Libyan heavy infantry, Celt warriors, Celt skirmishers, Iberian warriors, Numidian skirmishers with javelins, Phoenician cavalry as well as Numidian cavalry. So obviously the Carthaginian army was made up of tons of different allies and nationalities, and they just look fantastic. I love the mix of all the different types of troops that you've got on here. These troops on this sprue are a little bit different to the Romans, whereas there's not the spacing or the tight formations that we're seeing with the Romans. These are a little bit more spaced out, so we're going to have to paint each one individually. But they've crammed them together in a way that you're not having to paint every little tiny intricate detail, which I think is a really nice touch. It's epic battles, guys. That's one thing you're going to have to remember. Before you scrutinize the Romans, like, oh, I would have wanted to paint all of them, which once you've painted one stand, you're probably not going to want to paint all of them. So it's epic battles. We need to make sure that you're going to get that feel of an epic battle without ripping your hair out because you're having to paint thousands of models. So the cavalry look absolutely fantastic. Lots and lots of detail from their helmets all the way down to their boots. The skirmishers here, so the Numidian skirmishers, look really nice with their like cowhide shields that they've got and really light clothing. And then we move on to some of the infantry, so the heavy infantry here, where they've got, you know, a lot better armor than their Gallic allies. and they just look really good. At this scale, they've got a lot of things correct, and they've really captured the epicness of this battle or this series of battles that are going to come, this war. So yeah, really nice. You can see some of the commanders there. The detail in these Gaelic warriors is just fantastic. I really do like them. I think they look fantastic. I can't wait to paint them up. So yeah, you can really get a sense of what they're trying to achieve here, and the cavalry is really good when my camera wants to focus in. Yeah, really nice. Obviously, Hannibal's army, his trump card was always his cavalry. His cavalry was far superior to the Roman cavalry during at least the initial start of the war, as well as it progressed, from my understanding at least anyway. So I like the fact they've really captured that in the way that the cavalry looks. It does look very nice indeed, as well as the rest of the infantry too. So yeah, overall really happy with this sprue. I'm happy with both of the sprues, to be fair, but I particularly like this Carthaginian sprue. Just means it's going to be a little bit more work. And you see there's a little bit of cleanup on the mold lines there, but that's nothing that you have to really worry about too much. And then we can move on to the Carthaginian elephants. So obviously you get 2 elephants on a sprue here. The heads are separated, as well as the ears and the cap that the riders are riding in, if that is the correct term. I have no idea what the correct term is. It's also got the elephant mahuts, I think they're pronounced. I could be pronouncing that completely wrong, so please correct me if I am. As well as obviously the Carthaginian troops that are inside of there with their pikes and bow and arrows, etc. But yeah, look really good. They look frightening, as you would expect, as well as the crazy men that were using them as their tool of war. Yeah, they obviously were just some of the hardest men that they could find, because you would not be getting me on top of one of those. But yeah, really, really cool. I love the fact they're all individual, so they're going to make it very easy to paint. And the elephant has got so much detail on it. They're going to look really, really cool. And I believe they've even got some dead or injured elephants as well that you can purchase, which is just fantastic. So let's take a look at the allied set. So this sprue can be used for both Rome and Carthage as some allies. So on the sprue you get some Celt warriors, some allied infantry from Italy, some Numidian skirmishers. They've got bows this time opposed to javelins. You've got some slingers, you've got some light infantry skirmishers, as well as some Spanish skirmishers, some Gaelic Celt cavalry, and some Spanish cavalry. Now naturally in these sets you're not just going to get one sprue, and this goes for all of the ones we've already reviewed other than the elephants. You're going to get just a couple for the elephants, but for the actual allied infantry, Roman, Carthaginians, you're going to get tons of sprues to make up a huge force. So you can see the detail is really nice on this. I'm a huge fan of this sprue set, because it can actually be used as well for perhaps Rome's war against some of the Germanic tribes just above Italy, for example, or something like along those lines. So you don't have to focus purely on Hannibal and the Carthaginians, but obviously that's probably a bit cooler in terms of depth of being able to look at elephants and better cavalry, etc. This sprue is really, really nice. I love the poses in this. I love the equipment and the variety in shields that you'd expect to see, and the fact that some have got spears, some have got some swords as well. Obviously capture bits of headwear, and really nice. The commanders all look great. From all of the sprues we've seen so far, they look great, as well as some of the standard bearers as well. So yeah, really, really nice. It's going to be a little bit of cleanup involved, just getting those mold lines removed, but at this scale you're going to be hard pressed to really see the mold lines too badly, so just a little file probably would do the trick nicely. But overall, really, really nice sprue here, guys, and the detail is just really nice. It's just popping. It really does pop when you get nice and close to it. And then you just get some bases. So now these bases have been designed with ease of painting. So you can put these on the base because they already have the holes in there. You can put them on the base without gluing. You can paint away, and then when you're happy with them, you can glue them on, which is really, really good. That's just a fantastic thing for painters. The amount of times I paint something that I've glued on a base and really wish I could just pull it off the base, it's just really makes life a lot easier. And you can see how simple it is. The Romans just go together so simply. It's going to save so much time. Yes, there might be a few of you that disagree, that you would have liked to have seen individual infantry, but I'm sorry, at this scale, you just don't want that as a painter. You're just going to be there for years. You're never ever going to finish it. You need to be realistic. So I think they're going to look epic, and that's exactly what it is in the title. It is epic battles, and that's what you want in this, and it really is epic. I can't say it enough. Basing it is going to be super easy, and there's going to be a lot of dead space that you can just paint with a really dark color just to hide it in the middle there. Or just paint it as a shield, I suppose. But yeah. Huge thank you goes out to Warlord Games and my Patreons for supporting the channel, and to Warlord obviously for sending me this out. Let me know what sprue you want me to paint first. The one with the highest amount of votes will be painted first. I'll leave you with that, and I will catch you at the next one.